Hello and welcome to another completely random stream, but this one is called Unfiltered, and we're going to be talking about pretty much everything apart from the new Ghostbusters movie. That is on embargo. Nobody can talk about that yet, so don't want to say anything in the chat about it. Some people haven't seen it yet. I have, but that's not the point. But with me, as always, well, I say as always, we're a man down tonight, but hoping to fill the empty void that Joe is leaving us with tonight. Craggle is here.
Wait, I thought you said the best to last. Why have you put me first?
Because this week I'm shaking things up a bit.
Oh, also, what the hell? We're not going to talk about Ghostbusters? Like, you've got me here under false pretenses, mate.
I told you we weren't going to talk about it on the stream. I literally said that 10 minutes ago.
I know, but like, man, like, what else are we going to talk about? The weather?
Well, yeah, and the fact that my missus sent me a message earlier saying that she was going to get me a do better card.
Well, you know, once she's had a taste of the Craggle, everything else fails to compare.
This is it, mate. I just don't hold a candle to you.
I know.
But hopefully someone does hold a candle to Craggle, and that man might be the one, the only, Spacetime Brick Studio.
Oh, hello. You caught me off guard.
I'm sure I did. And what are you doing this fine day, Mr. Spacetime?
Oh, I'm just sorting some more pieces to my wall since I got more bins. So it's looking very colorful.
Yeah, I can see a bit of pink down there. You know, the pink's good.
Yeah, we got some flowers. Those are the frogs, and those are hearts.
Oh, nice. I use pink plates in pretty much everything I do because why not? They're cheap.
Nice.
So, Craggle, what are you working on tonight?
I'm actually right now. I'm doing a custom minifigure which is inspired by what I saw last night, which was Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh,
because
really?
It's obvious now we are not getting any Ghostbusters Afterlife sets. And I'm honestly, can I swear on this stream?
Yeah, of course you can, mate.
I'm fucking tamping, mate. I really am. I'm
there you go.
Tamping. There you go.
And
if you don't know what tamping is, it's like a Welsh term for aggressively angry, like, you know, fuming, full on rage, you know? Because
as the English say, fuming, tamping, raging.
Because like last year, I had a source tell me that we were getting 4 new Ghostbuster sets. I think it was either like, no, actually, it was the end of 2019. I was told this, and this source has come through for me on some good stuff, but also they've been wrong about a couple of things or slightly incorrect. But anyway, a few other people who I talked to had also heard similar rumors. Then, of course, the film got delayed. We had COVID and everything. We then got the creator expert Ghostbusters Afterlife Actor 1. Now, they couldn't confirm to me if that was one of the 4 and there was 3 other sets coming or not. But they told me that originally, and they said that there was going to be 4 sets. Whether or not that one was meant to be part of it, I don't know. We were going to get some minifig scale sets, and at least one of them was going to be based on the original movie. They weren't all going to be based on Afterlife. And we've had nothing. We had the Creator Expert Actor 1, which was a great set, but that came out last year. Nothing for the new movie. And I just don't get it. Like, Lego, pull your finger out your asshole. Come on.
I mean, it's such a great opportunity. There's a wide range of, without trying to give too much away and breaking my own embargo here, there's a wide range of characters and scenes and things from the film that you can use and do.
Yeah, and do you know what? I instantly thought of at least 2, like, you know, medium-sized play sets and 1 big set they could have done without even coming close to doing a new minifig scale Actor 1, which I know everyone would want because You know, the other one's like gold dust now. And to be fair, you know, we've had God knows how many Luke's land speeders. I think we could do probably with an updating of the old minifig scale Actor 1. But it is just so bizarre. And the thing is as well, I can only put this down to maybe there being a currently exclusive deal with Hasbro. Now, I know Hasbro and Sony have got a lot going on, even though they have with Disney as well. But there's been so much Hasbro stuff with Ghostbusters. They've done like the re-releases or like not re-releases, but remakes rather of some of the old Kenner real Ghostbuster toys as well.
Yeah.
But interestingly, like Playmobil, they friggin' rinsed the Ghostbusters license in a way that Lego never did, because they did about 3 waves on Ghostbusters 1, then they did Ghostbusters 2, and they even did sets based on the real Ghostbusters, though they weren't the most accurate ones because apparently the rights clashed with Kenner and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was all thinking they were going to do Playmobil sets based on Ghostbusters Afterlife, and they haven't. And from what I can find, just scouring the internet, it's because of Hasbro getting first dibs on the movie. They haven't ruled out Playmobil releasing Ghostbuster Afterlife sets, but if they do, they're probably going to come out next year.
So is Playmobil part of Hasbro?
No.
Oh, okay.
So Playmobil is Germany. Is German. Hasbro is American. You should know that.
I don't know.
So yeah, I can only lots of places have said that apparently like people inside Playmobil have said that there could very well be more Ghostbusters Playmobil stuff coming. They haven't lost the license as such, but at the moment the focus is on all the Hasbro stuff that they're doing, and they've got like a few different waves. They've got waves at like adult fans, like the Plasma series, which obviously showed a few on my Crackle Den channel, and they've also got I think it's the Fright something, which is it's almost like a callback to the old Ghostbuster toys, but for the new movie, more aimed at like kids' toys, actual things that kids would buy and want to play with. So we're not exactly short of Ghostbusters Afterlife merchandise, just perhaps not in the format that we would like.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
I mean, I love the Plasma series figures I got, but I definitely would love some Ghostbusters Afterlife Lego. So my mindset is, well, if they're not going to give it to me, fine, I'll do it myself.
And as you and I've said before, mate, that's sometimes the best way because you can create exactly what you want.
Yeah, exactly. I'd already done some mock-ups before. Like, I don't know if you remember, but like, this was before we even met, actually, me and you. But last year, ahead of the original release, July 2020, I did a video speculating what the sets could be. So that was before the Creator Expert Actor 1 came out, when I first got told there's 4 going to be on there. And it was kind of part speculation, part wish list. And that was going just off the original trailer. So I was also kind of theorizing what I think might appear in there. And because of that, I did some Photoshop mock-ups of figures of Phoebe and also Greg, Paul Rudd's characters.
Yeah.
As minifigures. So I think I might revisit those and try and make some actual renders, this time.
Nice. Did you get a lot of stick for that? People saying, where can I buy this? How come
Not so much on those ones, but honestly, like in the first year or so of my channel, I did a couple of Ghostbuster mocks. I say mocks, it might be a word that people could debate because they were based around the Lego Ideas Ecto, but I did one of the Ecto 1A, and I did one of the Black Cadillac, and I did custom minifigure designs to go with them, and I had them printed by minifigs.me. And to this day, I still get comments on there, people who clearly haven't watched the video, because I go into great detail, like, of how this came to be, and like I designed them, and how I got them printed, and what software I used. Like, where did you get these minifigures? Where can I buy these? When is this set coming out? What stickers are these? Like, is this a fake set? Is this Lepin?
It's a slapping.
What size shoes do you wear?
14.
How many cups of sugar does it take to fly to the moon?
Ugh, too many.
Yeah, too many. On that note, let's have a look and see who is in the chat. We have the one, the only, Mrs. Craggle.
Hey,
Mrs. Craggle. We have Lady Sam B. She's cool. Apart from telling me I need to do better, she's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I have issues with that lady.
Do you? Okay.
She keeps mentioning stuff to trigger me. Like a certain thing that happened in 2016, and
I have no idea what happened in 2016, mate. I took that year off.
Speaking of which, after last night, I decided I am never going to watch what happened in 2016.
Really? Because
I'm
weren't
gonna-
you like you were quite not weren't a fan of it, but I feel like you were more forgiving than I was of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen 2016, but
Oh, okay.
after last night, I am never going to watch it. I've decided. Yeah.
Oh,
You know
wow.
what I mean? I do kind of feel like I don't know what format or what like platform I would put it on, but I almost maybe for myself want to do a list of things that I take away from that as a positive, because I feel like people think that I just dismissed it straight away, and I really didn't. I mean, when I was reading the stuff about it, I was like, "This is going to be garbage." And I'm okay. I did not go to the cinema to see it, but when I finally got onto watching it, I wanted to like this. I wanted to be proven wrong, you know. And there's some stuff I still take away from it. I mean, one thing I always go on about is I really like the flight suit designs in that movie. I would actually consider buying the minifigures they did for those flight suits if they didn't have the freaking character names on them. If they were just like, the flight suit with Ghostbuster logo and with the horizontal reflective stripe. I like that. I didn't even hate the Ecto 1 they had. I just wish it wasn't called Ecto 1.
Yeah, I understand your viewpoint on that as well.
And then they're calling that bike Ecto 2. Nah.
Nah, bruv. Also lurking in the chat, despite the fact that Mrs. Craggle's lurking because she's playing Halo at the same time, is Jacob Neely, who is sat around drinking hot cocoa while watching one of the funniest groups of streamers. Why thank you.
Wait, so he's got another stream on at the same time then?
He must have.
Because he's not about us, is he?
Yeah, it's definitely not. And your concern about Joe hasn't been replaced. He's just on holiday.
Yeah, why would I replace him when I've been on here more times than Joe anyway? And I've been on here at the same time as Joe. Exactly. So, by the way, I did watch the episode of Beyond the Brick with him on there.
Oh, yeah.
And my opinion on Beyond the Brick remains the same, but good on Joe. Like, I thought the guy on there was doing my freaking head in. I was just like, shut up and let Joe talk.
Mate, they were very similar with Scott, because Scott appeared on it as well, with his 12-foot Saturn V rocket. But, fair play to Joe and Scott in both instances.
I mean, I've not got any ill feelings or anything towards Beyond the Brick. I just find the content really freaking boring.
Yeah.
But I watched it because I like Joe, and I was interested to hear what he had to say. I just thought the interview was kind of done clumsily, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yes, no, if you haven't checked it out, but you are a member of Craggle's channel, or even if you subscribe to Beyond the Brick, check out the interview they did with Joe Chambers, who appears on this show.
All future Beyond the Brick content will be exclusively available on Craggle's Discord server.
Yeah, that's where it is.
I know. I realized I should have opened my mouth because now I'm going to get hate for like, why are you hating on Beyond the Brick? I don't hate it. The content's just not for me. I find the format slow and boring, and it doesn't keep my interest.
They
and
know
honestly,
what they did.
Even knowing, like, watching this, Joe is a friend, and I wanted to support him, and I wanted to hear what he had to say. It was tough going because of how the interview was conducted, in my opinion. I mean, other people might like that format, so
Yeah. Your opinions are allowed. They are your own.
I know. I just come across as a bit too sort of like arsey, and I know that it's part of my
but we all
personality,
reserve the right to call you an idiot.
Excuse
me.
me.
Not saying you are, but we can do that. He's gone. On that note, now that Craggle's decided he's out. So what did that take? 14 minutes for me to upset Craggle. All right, that's a new record, right, Spacetime?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business.
Lady Sam's here. She's watching and she's building the Harry Potter Great Hall and thinking about what she's buying tomorrow for double VIP. Now, there's a question. Do you have double VIP over in the US this weekend?
I believe it's global. Yes.
I honestly think StreamYard needs a quick rejoin button because otherwise this joke I have going kind of like is a bit of a pain in the ass because you can't go back. You have to go and find the link again, and it took me a second to remember where you posted the link. And I was like, oh shit.
Do you know what? I was thinking the same earlier. You know, you press the go live button in the corner and then it says, "Are you sure you want to go live?" I'm like, I pressed the button, didn't I?
It's like that on Streamlabs, right? Because obviously I've been using Streamlabs to stream recently. You have to click on, if you've done a scheduled one, you have to click on that one. Then you have to click, is it definitely this one? Yes. Then you have to click go live. Then it's like, are you ready? Yes. Then it's like, okay, we're getting your stream ready for you. Then click go live again. So it's like 5 clicks, right?
I could have used a button like that this morning on Bricklink.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to?
But do you know what though? On Streamlabs though, if you want to end the stream, it's 1 click, right? And it's right next to a button that does lots of other things, including pop-ups and stuff. So I haven't done it yet, but it's very easy to just end your stream by accident.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Spacetime was using that to segue into a story of his own torment there.
So back to double VIP. Who's buying what?
I'm all spent out. And now Spacetime is 2 now as well, since he bought Titanic.
Yeah, he's just bought a second one.
Yeah, that's my problem. I don't think I'm gonna have money back after my mistake. So
yeah,
I was with the. Can we talk Spider-Man No Way Home trailer? Or
yeah, no, that's
yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's been
But that's obviously, do you know how off stream we were talking about how I feel like a trailer for a certain film revealed a bit too much, even though I passed on the last 2 trailers.
Yeah.
I feel like this Spider-Man trailer, it may have given fans part of what they wanted because people were saying like, when are we going to see this? When are we going to see that? But honestly, I feel like I've got the whole freaking plot of the entire film from that trailer.
Yeah, I mean, there's still going to be I don't know. I don't know if they're going to pull in the 2 more characters that everybody wants or not.
I don't know. I'm literally 50-50 now. I mean, can we say what we think they are? It's only speculation, right?
Yeah, I mean, they've already been claimed to have seen them on set. So
yeah,
I'm 50-50 whether Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in it. I feel like this focus is going to be on Tom Holland versus the other 2 Spider-Man's villains. I don't know if they're actually going to pop up, to help him. I feel like this is almost going to be him having to battle them on his own.
Yeah. What about?
I really feel like Tobey Maguire is such a jerk in real life. He doesn't even want to come back.
Really?
Yeah. It's like he's like everyone, like almost on every movie set he works on, everyone ends up hating him.
I didn't know that. I mean, the last thing I remember seeing him in was Tropic Thunder.
Because what was it? In the first Spider-Man movie, like the crew hated him, and one of the camera operators or light riggers asked the actor who played Flash Thompson when he punches him in the lunchroom. He's like, "Hey, can you actually hit him? I'll give you $500."
That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, because you never, I thought he was all right in those films. I like those films.
I mean, on screen, he just seems to be a terrible person.
I maintain that he is still my favorite Spider-Man so far because I loved him as Peter Parker. I still think he's great as Spider-Man. Yeah, he may not have been quite as witty as we were used to from 90s Spider-Man, like with the cartoon stuff, but he still embodies Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield may have, especially the second one, may have done the witty Spider-Man better, but he was way too cool and cocky to be Peter Parker. And Tom Holland is good as both, but he hasn't done anything yet that has wowed me. He hasn't done anything wrong, but he hasn't just hit that wow moment for me yet.
It's because the writers keep on saying, like, hey, you need Iron Man in this movie. Now Iron Man's dead. It's like, oh, you need
Nick Fury.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I even skipped Nick Fury. It's like, why can't you just send him the first movie was great, being like a small town, like a small bust, kind of. And it's like I wish the second movie went even was at the same scale, but like get Iron Man and all that out of there. Just let him, handle something by himself.
Well,
But everything has to be connected.
Everything's connected. I was going to say that. I was waiting for you to say it. Everything's connected.
If it's not connected, it's not worth it.
You either become, what was it? You either become.
Oh yeah, you either. What was it? You either fight or evil, or.
No, the actual line is you either become you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. But I was going to put my own spin on it and say you either you either die as agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or live long enough to see yourself become Spider-Man No Way Home. And that's a level of connectivity. If you don't play both, be connected. You become agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and get erased from canon quietly.
Oh, that still stings.
Oh no! Wow, it was crap anyway.
Some of it, not all of it. Some of
I liked
it
the first
was actually all right,
and then they ruined it for me. So, but do you know what's weird though is that apparently Kevin Feige said that he feels Tom Holland is taking the role that Robert Downey Jr. did as the heart of the MCU, which is weird considering all other reports, including interviews with him, have confirmed this is Tom Holland's last appearance in the MCU. So how could he be taking that role if he's about to leave,
Yeah.
It's a bit bizarre. I'm still looking forward to it. I just feel like they showed way too much in that film. Especially, I feel like they've shown the third act conflict as well.
So I'm gonna be building no sets after Thanksgiving for Spider Monday.
Oh, Jacob says, "I love the short you made Space Time with the Titanic."
That was totally inspired by Craggle. It also appears at the end of the unboxing video if you made it through the end.
Yeah, the missus spotted that as well, and she was very she was all over it.
I just feel like Jacob needs some education when it comes to plant-based food, because he said, I saw his original comment was, "Why did you throw a cabbage at the box?"
So it's funny. I love the joke works because I showed it to my roommate and said nothing. She paused for a second and then chuckled. What are you doing?
Taking it a little bit of time for it to sink in.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember I messaged you saying please do this, but I didn't explain the joke initially, and then I think you went yeah okay, and I wasn't sure that he would got it, or you just going yeah okay, whatever, Craggle, what's he on about?
Yeah, no, I was struggling with finding a lettuce emoji.
Oh, okay.
That was the delay. So yeah. Wonder how many views I have on that now.
I'm trying to find the UV map on here for an arm. Do you think I can find it? I don't know why.
Jacob, going back to Spider-Man, Jacob says, who else thinks that Green Goblin is going to try to recreate the bridge fight scene from the first Spider-Man?
I don't know. I
don't want recreation. I want new.
Yeah, I mean that was already kind of homage to the comics, but not, because obviously it's the Gwen Stacy scene in the comics and in the cartoon, and then they changed it to Mary Jane in that movie.
So, Craggle, do you need a left or right arm?
I need a right arm.
Dual or single?
Single.
So it's a 3818 V2. If you look for the part in the part.
Design. Oh, do you know what I've been doing? I've not been clicking on custom. That's what I've been doing. Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah, I had that, but for some reason I wasn't clicking on custom, so it wasn't being the new VMAP option up.
All right. There's got to be a better way to do that. That's rubbish.
What are you working on?
What am I working on?
Yeah.
I'm working on these little things. Screwdrivers.
Haven't you finished that yet? God.
Mate.
It feels like you've been doing that for like 900 years.
Well, you know. Same software, different case. That's how long it took to figure out how to break wood down.
So, have you been enjoying Flux?
You saw my comment. I'll be completely honest. I've been watching it going, I'm going to give it a chance, see what it's going. But after every episode, I just look at Lady Sam and just go, meh. I'm like, not feeling it. I get what they're trying to do with the whole, the story is played out over the season rather than individual episodes, but I don't think they're doing it right, personally, because there's a lot of haphazard scenes that are just chucked in, and you sit there and go, well, that adds absolutely nothing to anything. So why have you put that scene in there? Is that just to tease the fact that those characters are popping up later down, or what?
It's because time is in flux, so everything's all messed up. Everything
it doesn't give that impression either.
Sam, everything's connected. And it's not like we haven't had a story before where like time was all messed up. Oh wait, we did with the 11th Doctor. You know, when we had all time happening at once.
Wait, there were Doctors before 13?
Apparently there were Doctors before 1.
Oh.
Evidently.
I've heard a theory that who are the new characters? Bell and Air? Something? I don't know.
The Bella and Vinda.
Apparently they're going to be the Doctor's real parents, and they're going to be the species that we don't know about that isn't Time Lord, because the Doctor isn't Time Lord, as we now know. Even though at numerous points over the friggin' 50 plus years of the show, we've had people scan the Doctor and identify it as Time Lord.
Because they will back away in fear whenever they do.
Do you remember a month or so ago when it was announced that RTD is coming back, and you're like, I'm excited for this, but I mean, Chinball has limited time to burn down the house.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. Chinball has time to burn it down.
I'm really, really confused about, right, is that they call it the centenary episode. That's the 60th episode, right? Because there's been a press release recently where Chibnall has said that he's writing the centenary episode, and that it's going to be Jodie going out all guns blazing, whereas the original press release said that Russell T Davies's era starts with the 60th anniversary.
Right, exactly.
So
I agree.
What the hell is happening? Is there two 60th anniversary episodes?
That's what I've heard. I've heard the same as you, that RTD, the original press release I saw, RTD comes back and his reign starts with the centenary episode.
Yeah.
That's what I heard and I read.
That's what I read.
And now I'm hearing, and I've seen from the Doctor Who Facebook and Twitter accounts and all that Chibnall has been partaking in the 60th, and they've also finished filming regeneration scenes.
Well, they've filmed Jodie's part of regeneration scenes, because I mentioned this on my Discord. The way they do it now, they don't have the two actors on set at the same time. The last time they did that was Tennant to Smith, which kind of upsets me, because I remember like all the behind the scenes photos, and when they did the anniversary, they were like, blimey, we haven't met since I handed it over to you. But the Smith to Capaldi, I still think is one of the worst regenerations, because it's not even done in the same shot. It just literally, Smith jumps back out of frame, and then it cuts to a different angle, and Capaldi jumps into frame. It's ridiculously bad.
Yeah,
The capaldi to Whittaker, I thought was done quite well, but it was just a close up of the eyes that changed. So I guess that's easier to line up, not having the actors on set at the same time. But yeah, like, why the hell is he doing the 60th special? And why is it so different now, the report? Or maybe, the press releases haven't changed. It's just what Chibnall said. So is he just like in cuckoo land? Is he in denial that he's being booted?
Maybe they've got him working on a 60th episode anniversary special. That's just his. That they're not going to air or put out at all. They're just like, you carry on working on that, mate.
And they're going to take the film out of the camera and be like,
yeah.
It's funny because it's like, in the interviews that he's done since, he's said that he's been trying to get a replacement for the last 2-3 years. I'm thinking, you've only been on the job 5 years, so what? After 2 years, you had enough?
Oh dear.
Like, because what's this? Is this Jodie's technical 3rd or 4th series? Technically, I know because they've obviously had the gap years, haven't they? Again,
I thought it was 3rd, but
this is 3rd.
Is it 3rd or is it a 3rd or is it a 4th? No, it is a 3rd. No, it's a 3rd because I remember they had 2 series with the previous companions, and then this is the one. Yeah. So this is her 3rd series. It's already a shorter series. And then we've got next year of specials, and it's just honestly, it's like what Space Menu said. He's still got time to burn down the house. It's like having a tenant be evicted that has been a troublemaker, but they've still got a month before they leave, and you just know they're going to tear up the carpets, piss in the water tank, burn down the kitchen, smash up the conservatory.
Exactly.
And leave a pile of turds behind the front door,
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I feel he's doing. Like we've said before, he's doubling down on this whole timeless child.
Oh, God. I've also... Who was the actress who played the fugitive doctor? Like, no disrespect to her, but I read an interview with her when she was like, this. She said that when Chibnall leaves, it won't be the last that you see of me. I'm like, well, surely that's up to Russell T Davies or whoever carries on the show, not to you.
Yeah.
Unless she's already spoken to Russell T Davies that, or she's planning on doing some big finish stuff, but it felt very presumptuous to say that. Even though Whittaker and Chibnall are leaving, doesn't mean that you won't see her again.
Yeah, it's just statements like that are written by publicists, just to be like, oh, this is what you need to say on press tour,
I guess.
But she's not to drop too many spoilers, and I don't even know if you guys are going to actually watch it because it's that terrible. She's already been in it.
Yeah, I heard she's been in it.
She cropped up in the most recent episode, and you're just there going,
What gets me, though, is that whenever someone defends the whole timeless child, they all come back to that episode where you saw the Doctor... I think it was a 4th Doctor story. I think it was like the Minds of Morbius or something, where there was like different. They had the images of past Doctors flash on screen, and then they continued it with like pictures of like the crew members, and the implication was there might have been other Doctors before Hartnell. That was an episode which most people viewed as an anomaly. Do you know what I mean? Like a continuity error, or the machine was just theorizing, like what Doctors could be in the future, or whatever.
Yeah.
And yet, so like everyone doubles down and goes, "Oh, but it links back to this episode." Well, okay, yes, it makes that episode make more sense, but then it destroys, every other episode of on there. But also, from a thematic point of view, it corrupts the character of the Doctor. The Doctor was always meant to be a regular Time Lord, not particularly special, brilliant in his own kind of way, but what made him special was that he didn't fit in, or, they didn't fit in, if you want to go gender neutral. And they decided that they were going to go off and run away. They stole a TARDIS and wanted to explore and help. Well, now they've made the Doctor some sort of massive messiah, chosen one, the origin of the species, quite literally. Do you know what I mean? It's just stupid.
And I thought things were bad when Moffat was in charge. When I always had the viewpoint of the Doctor's now the most important person in the universe.
But you know what? I know that complaint happened with Moffat, but at least with that, it was because of the doctor's actions. The doctor, had
Yeah,
been
yeah,
around for so long, he had this impact. Like, one of the things I like about is when they acknowledge the fact that they get the word doctor from him rather than the other way around, and that because of like how he's perceived on different worlds, it means different things. Like to us, it means healer, but on another planet, it means warrior.
Yeah.
On another planet, it means bringer of death.
Right.
So
I was
like
thinking at that point that it's even worse now.
Yeah, now it's like the Doctor is special because they come from like out of a dimension or something,
Yeah.
As opposed to the Doctor being special because what they've done, they're special because of just their birthright or something, or they exist.
Which,
I mean, that is a very British thing, so.
This is the thing. I saw a quote like, I'm going to get it wrong, but I'll do my best. There was a thing about how they said that in loads of media, the Americans constantly criticized the British for imperialism and colonialism when the Americans took what we did and privatized it.
I mean, I criticize both governments.
I mean, you got rid of your stupid blonde man leading your government. We've still got ours. You ain't going anywhere soon.
In all fairness, though, right? If you had to choose between Trump or Boris,
Boris.
Boris.
Yeah, I mean, I would choose as well.
Yeah, and it's not saying much. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, whatever opinions you have of Boris, I feel like he would have been a better leader through 2020 than ours.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I agree.
Boris acknowledged that COVID existed, even if he didn't always abide by his own rules.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that Boris never suggested cutting people open who have COVID to expose them to sunlight because he had read that UV light destroys the virus.
He also never suggested drinking bleach.
Yeah.
These are all positives.
Is this getting political? Kind of.
It's unfiltered.
I got told off once in for talking about Trump in a negative way, and they said let's not get into politics. And I was like, the thing is with Trump, it's almost not politics. It's just whether you think a stupid man should run a country or not.
I agree.
And
a stupid xenophobe at that,
Yes, yeah. And I saw something the other earlier today, which really brings home why I would pick Boris over Trump. There was a video on Instagram of Boris going out to reporters outside of his home with a tray of tea and biscuits.
This is the thing, right?
There's nothing more British than that. And going, would you like a cup of tea?
Boris, and don't get me wrong, I don't like a lot of what he's done. I'm not going to go out on a limb and defend him, but he has his pros, and I kind of feel like, even if you don't agree with his politics and you think he's done something offensive, I kind of feel like with Boris is that I don't even know if I want to actually commit to saying this, but I feel like he could be a good person. There was that thing before when he was the mayor of London, when he saw someone getting mugged when he was on his bicycle, and he jumped off his bicycle and ran after the two guys, shouting and waving his fist at them. And I just feel like Trump would not do that.
I mean, Trump would never be on a bicycle, but
I when I heard that, I just kind of clapped a little bit, but
yeah.
But I mean, from what I've read and seen of Boris Johnson, he is definitely he puts on a show. He's a showman.
Yes.
He always, it's like, oh, he wants to keep this presence of, I don't care how my hair is kept because I'm like this, and purposely messes it up before every TV interview he does.
It's part of his persona, isn't it? This
His character, if you will, yeah.
He's definitely not an idiot, I think, with Boris. He's quite an intelligent person.
And I actually think the same about Trump too, to a certain degree. He's not dumb. He knows what he's doing.
I think Trump is an idiot, but I think he's definitely intelligent in terms of business acumen. You don't be that rich without knowing your way around a business.
Do you recognize Scraggle?
Oh yeah.
I was going through the bulk bin last night at Bricks and Minifigs. I'm like, oh, that's a tipper truck.
The thing is, there's different types of intelligence as well, isn't there? Like, there's wisdom, there's knowledge, there's like emotional intelligence. I forget all the different like actual terms for it, but it's not just stupid intelligence. So it's difficult to sort of say outright, that someone's stupid. I don't know if I wanted to stand by my last statement and say that Boris is definitely a good person, but I definitely feel like there's some qualities to the guy.
Yeah, he's got something. He's got some qualities. Yeah.
I wouldn't vote for him myself, but again, it depends who the other options are. I mean, at the moment, we haven't had peace for some years.
Some level, people in those offices think that they're doing the right thing. So in their mind, they think they are a good person. So
this came down. I remember with the whole Brexit thing in the UK. I remember reading an article where this wife, who was a reporter, was saying like how her and her husband like both were passionate about Brexit, but both fell on opposite sides, and they were like, "Oh my god, am I gonna like end up in divorce over this?" And then she had this revelation of the fact is like, "Yeah, okay, I absolutely have no common ground with my husband on this one thing, but at the end of the day, I know my husband's a good person. I love him. I marry him. We both want what's best. We just have different views of how or what should be done to do that. So you just kind of have to."
And it's like even from a external international viewpoint, it's like I wasn't too sure how to feel about Brexit,
It's kind of like the thing is, it should be kind of that way anyway. Like I think I told you before, I read Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiography this year, and like in the media, he was publicized, especially in the UK, of being like this proper white right-wing Republican, and it really isn't that. He's a Republican, yes, but he's not that far right wing, and it comes across.
He's a centrist. I mean,
yeah, because he talked about in his book like how when he got elected, he had trouble getting stuff done because the Republicans like didn't trust him because he insisted on hiring Democrats in his staff because he wanted their opinion. His wife obviously was a Kennedy, and then the Democrats didn't trust him because they were like, "Oh, Republican, unclean," And he had this, sort of partisan mindset that basically both parties should be working together for whatever's best for the people, and that is how it should be.
The past few decades, like John McCain and Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think were some of the best politicians.
Right.
Or like wanting, because they were both centrists. I mean, John McCain was a Republican, but it's like you never knew which way he was going to vote. In the Congress because he always voted what he thought was right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the book ends just as the affair has come out, basically. That Arnold Schwarzenegger had. So I'm not saying the guy is without flaw. We've all made mistakes, and that. But in terms of his politics, I was reading it and I went into it thinking, look, I'm a massive Arnie fan because of his movies, but I'm probably going to disagree when it gets to his political part. And I was surprised at how much stuff that he said in this book that I was like, no, I agree with that. Not everything, not at all, but and I was surprised by what he was saying that how he insisted that he wanted viewpoints from both parties. Like he didn't want to just surround himself by just other Republicans who were going to say the same thing to him.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that is how it should be, but it's so often not. Like, do you remember, Sam? I know we're going heavy to politics now. I don't know how this happened, but do you remember there was this politician, I forget his name. He was a young upcoming politician. He was like, really cool. He was for the Labour Party. He was tipped to become the next leader after Corbyn, and he got photographed drinking in a Conservative club, and because of that, they pretty much shamed him out of the limelight, and he had to step down.
I remember that, but I can't remember his name.
But he was like, why? Because he has friends who are Conservatives and went for a drink with them. Like, he didn't do anything bad. Like, he didn't go out, and get into, anything, incriminating. It was just the fact that he was drinking at a Conservative club with Conservatives. And they said, like, he shouldn't be doing that if he's tipped to be the next Labour leader.
Which I disagree with.
Yeah,
That's exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah, surely. Like, you can have different opinions, surely.
Yeah. Fun for different opinions. Second of all, that's how you get the blooming playbook. If you think of it from a purely political point of view, that's how you get their blooming playbook, by drinking one of them under the table and getting them to spill.
I like your style.
But if you think about it, that's one way. But yeah, The other way is, let me have your opinion on this vital thing that is going to change the lives of many members of the UK. What do you think?
It's like I said before, one of Space Time streams, when he accused me of having a mindset like Anakin Skywalker, and I said, well, the problem is I love democracy, as the meme goes, but in history, and this just might be because there's more instances of it, but there's actually more examples in history of a dictatorship working than a democracy working. I'm not saying we can go to a dictatorship, and it might just be because historically there's been more dictatorships than democracies. You know, democracy in the grand scheme of things is still a fairly not new but recent development.
Well, America's been having a 400-year experiment, and that failed on the 6th of January. If you think about it, that coup, in all seriousness, that storming of the Capitol.
There's a lot of them going to prison, so it's
yeah, exactly.
I just love what Shai said about, you know, Shai time is my time. Like, I remember he didn't want to get into politics and stuff, but he just said, like, whatever side of the political fence you fall on, you've just stormed the Capitol building, and this group is like really anti-terrorist. You've just shown the terrorists how easy it is to do that. Now, granted, hopefully they're increased security measures like that, but isn't that worrying that you've done that? All you've done is undermine the democracy of the country that you say you love. You know?
Yeah,
correct.
It was just
all these terrorists.
Oh, so I wanted to tell you. This actually merges with the Doctor Who discussion. I listen to conservative talk radio just because I want to hear what they're saying. And
sure. We don't judge.
No, I judge. I judge. But anyway, they started playing a clip from Doctor Who to make Biden sound like he was insane. They took the clip from The Impossible Astronaut of Richard Nixon talking to the little girl on the phone. Hello? I assure you, there are no monsters in the White House. And it's like they've been just running with that, and it's like all the listeners have no idea what that's from. But I'm like, you stole this from Doctor Who, and you're comparing Biden to President Nixon, one of your heroes.
I love that actor though. He played Nixon in Doctor Who, and then he played Reagan then in Wonder Woman 84.
It's fun. He has one of those faces.
Well, I still remember him as the Jonathan Creek's boss. Remember Jonathan Creek? Sam, you must remember that show. Alan Davis, when he was like the magician's assistant, he used to solve crimes with Caroline Quinton. Well, the magician he used to design tricks for is that actor.
So it used to be like every actor that plays Nixon, their nose would just get bigger and bigger. And I think the most ridiculous one was from Watchmen with Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Now going backwards now from that point. It peaked at Watchmen, didn't it?
Yeah, it's coming back a little bit. It oscillates through time.
I always loved how Logan in 24, when someone mentioned the fact that he looked a bit like Nixon, so they just kept on doing that, like brushing his hair back more and having him do the Nixon mannerisms and stuff a bit more.
Yeah, I remember that because I always thought the same.
But my favorite portrayal of Nixon is Futurama.
My favorite portrayal of Nixon is the doorman in Crocodile Dundee. Let me make one thing perfectly clear.
That boss ass.
That's what he says in Crocodile Dundee, and Crocodile Dundee just goes, oh, "Okay, great. Who's that?" And he goes, "Tricky Dicky. He used to be president." All right, yeah, that was just like him. Like, I would like this Australian from the outback even know who Tricky Dicky was. Like, Yeah,
no clue. Jacob, I do not have a jar of pickles. I have duck spring rolls.
I thought you were going to say I don't have a jar of pickles. I have an Australian Holden pickles.
No, she came in and delivered my spring rolls and then ran away.
So I actually have a bucket of pickles in my fridge. I just got like a big tub from Costco.
The thing is, you can't really say pickles in the UK because that's too non-distinct. We pickle many things, so if you say pickles,
that's what it's become here. Pickles are referring to pickled cucumbers, but it's like there's beets, there's
pickled onions. I think is probably the most popular.
I never had
in
pickled
UK.
onion.
Would you say, Sam, pickled onions is the most popular one, especially around Christmas time, right?
I think I want some pickled onions.
I would, but I don't like pickled onions.
But no, in terms of the nation's favorite, though, I don't like them either. I would say pickled onions is top. Then beetroot number 2. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So cucumbers, I don't even think we have pickled cucumbers in the UK. It's very rare if we do.
What about a McDonald's?
That's a gherkin.
That's a gherkin, isn't it? Yeah.
The round cucumber slice on your burgers at McDonald's?
But they're not pickled.
Yeah, so that's what we call pickles in the US.
What, just a cucumber, not a pickled cucumber?
Wait, they put raw cucumber on your burgers at McDonald's?
Yeah. Well, I say raw. By the time it's come to McDonald's, it's kind of all soggy and skewy and stuff.
Well, that's because it's been pickled.
No, we don't have pickle. Do we have pickled cucumber on McDonald's in the UK? I always say nothing.
We have these.
We have gherkins, don't we?
Yes. Give me a second.
I don't even think we have cucumber, actually, the more I think about it. No.
So I thought gherkins was like a brand of pickles here.
So we have these lovely things. Gherkins.
So that's not a cucumber?
No, it's a gherkin.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the building in London.
Huh.
See, to us, a cucumber is...
Apparently a gherkin is a type of cucumber.
It's a smaller cucumber.
It's a type of cucumber in terms of like the family, but it is not. Yeah, if you call it a cucumber, it's not a gherkin. If that makes sense.
Okay.
They're not
if you would order from McDonald's, you would get it without gherkins.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess
cucumbers to us we have is just the big ones, really.
Okay.
Yeah, it basically. Apparently, according to this, a gherkin is a type of cucumber, but it's specific. You can call cucumber a cucumber. You can't really call a gherkin a cucumber. Apparently,
so are your gherkins not pickled? They're just raw then?
I don't know. They
must be pickled a little bit, I'm sure.
They're not much though, because they still got the colour to them, haven't they?
Yeah. They've still got a fair bit of colour to them.
They're still green.
Well, I mean, cucumbers still have their colour when they're pickled.
Oh well, over here, if you do get like, mostly when you pickle something, it goes purpley.
Interesting.
I guess it depends what you use to pickle it with.
The things we learned on these international streams.
If you think about pickled eggs, pickled onions, it's always like a pinky purpley color, right?
Yeah. Our beets and eggs are definitely more purple. I think it's just the type of vinegar and brine that's used.
I just think you Americans are freaking weird.
Well, I do what I can.
There you go. Lady Sam confirms gherkins are pickled.
She knows.
There you go.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, like, when I've seen little pickles like that in jars in supermarkets, I saw them referred to as gherkins.
In all fairness, though, I had, pickled something juice with a shot. I can't remember what it was now. Pickled juice, or was it when I went on my stag do? They gave me 2 shots. One was like tequila, and then the other one then was like this pickle juice thing. And I said when I drank it, it tasted like a Big Mac. Because really, a Big Mac only tastes the freaking gherkins when you have it, you know?
Right, we've gone from talking Ghostbusters, Spider-Man, politics, Doctor Who, to cucumbers and gherkins. Right. Where next?
I mean, this is called Unfiltered, so...
I was going to say, there's no structure or anything here, so if you are new to this, there are no holds barred. It's just chaos. Don't forget to press the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, because there will probably be another one of these streams next week.
I need to go through all my channels and subscribe to you.
Oh, thanks.
How many channels do you have?
I probably have at least 4.
Oh, well, make sure you subscribe to me because I keep losing subscribers.
Well, no, I did because I wanted your little thing to go off during the stream, but it never did because my subscriptions are private.
Oh, okay. We thought about that because someone said they just subscribed, but no notification went off.
Yeah,
so
that was the other day. Yeah.
And it's like I might as well make them public. Who cares what I'm subscribed to? You know.
Yeah, interesting.
Well, got too much excitement now.
I did check because I've been hemorrhaging subscribers, and I found in the new way on analytics they kind of buried it where you can find, how you've got subscribers and also how you've lost them. And I've lost about 75 this month to closed accounts. So it ties back to my theory about with Lego channels in particular. And I've heard this anyway from other people like Jam Bricks.
It's kind of a sign of relief, though. So it's like there's not a massive amount of people being repulsed by your content.
Yeah, exactly. It's gutting because I want to grow as a channel, and this year I've had the slowest growth since I started. Like my first year, I was faster than this, but then. That sounds bad, but then generally channels do tend to grow more quickly in their first year because the algorithm likes new channels, But yeah, if I was going to lose subscribers for anything, I'd rather it be closed accounts as opposed to people disliking me. I mean, I do worry because since 2020, I've been trying to put a lot more of my personality and myself into my videos, so maybe that's why my growth is halted.
Is your channel called Sam Jones?
No. The BrickKeeper.
Okay, that's why I have a hard time finding it.
I have 13 subscribers. So the little counter says.
Oh, let's get those numbers up. I'm still.
Apparently, we're currently on 29 channel members as well on Cut the Craggle at the moment. It's weird because it says 29 channel members, but if you go on active, it says 26, and it says that 3 people have cancelled in the last 31 days. Now, 2 of them I know about. One is because of financial reasons. Well, I guess 2 of them are. One is financial reasons. One is because someone had their credit card stolen and they had to cancel everything.
That's fair.
And they're waiting for the new card, which apparently has taken ages, which don't surprise me because the missus had something recently when she had to change her card to a married name. They messed it all up. And they asked her, do you want a checkbook? And she's like, no, I don't use checks anymore. And then they sent her a checkbook. It's like, no, I don't want a check. I want the freaking card,
Yeah, I want to be able to pay for things. Give me my card.
I just want to upload the new emoji when we hit the 30 mark.
That emoji. Yeah, man. Good job on that.
Oh, thank you.
Good job.
I was nervous about that because I wanted it to be recognizable as the old school Sonic, but the reference I was using, I didn't realize just how pixelated the old 16-bit sprite was,
Yeah?
I want to look too pixelated, so I had to update it, but...
Check your subscribers, Sam.
Let me refresh.
I can't take
Still
this.
refreshing.
The anticipation is killing me. Come on, man.
17 subscribers. Boom.
Way! So does that mean you can get monetized now?
No. No, I'm a little way off that. Just a little.
Only a little bit.
Just a little.
I lost 13 subscribers on Crackle's Den, and that was through my latest video. So that must be they didn't like that content. But I'd rather lose 13 subscribers on Crackle's Den to them not liking my content as opposed to 75 on Cut the Craggle. As Spaceman says, there was a little bit of relief in the fact that it was down to closed accounts.
Yes, yeah.
I need
a shrubbery.
162 subscribers, and I could be monetized.
If I'm honest, I'm surprised you haven't hit that yet. No, I don't mean as a knock on you. I just mean I feel like you should be up more than that. When I look at other YouTubers who also produce similar content who are monetized already, I just think the world's not fair. Space Time deserves your success, not you.
I'll get there. I'm hoping the 3 Titanic streams next week will.
Yes, I noticed you scheduled those at the time that I normally stream. So I was like, well, that's Space Time tell me no stream for you, Craggle.
I put it that early because I think it's going to be 4 to 6 hours to build a box.
Wow.
So I don't know if it's going to be possible to do it in 3 streams, but we'll see what happens. Because it's basically going to be 3,000 pieces a box.
Let's face it. If it was me, it would take me like 27.
So.
Oh, this is very true. You get distracted by shiny things.
Well, it's just tough trying to host a live stream and build. I generally build slower anyway when I'm like, being talked to or I got to concentrate on other stuff.
It's easier if you've got additional people because obviously they can carry the conversation
and
keep it moving. But yeah.
I decided with the amount of money I spent on this set, I need to make as much content as I can on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, wow, I did an unboxing. Now I'm going to do a live stream. Then I'm going to do a full review. And then I'm just going to do fun videos like, the studio speed build. And then...
Are you going to do...
a float test?
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say crash test, what happens when you plant it into an iceberg?
I still think that you need to have the Titanic and then somehow transition from that to a Lego door floating in the water with 2 minifigures on it. And saying he would have fit.
Damn the physical laws of buoyancy.
We also talked about this as well, and I know what she's referring to is she'll never let go of that, drive to survive that he said to her, never let go, always keep on trying to live. But the fact that she says, I'll never let go while literally letting go of him is a clumsy decision from a filmmaker who I expect more of because it just gets an unintentional laugh. And I say that as a fan of the film,
Yeah. I don't know. I never liked the personal drama of that movie. I was always there.
It's melodrama of the highest order, but you kind of get swept in it despite yourself sometimes.
I am totally there just watching historical events happening, ship operations.
You realize that it is also in many ways historically inaccurate though, right?
I do.
For everything that Cameron obsessed over getting right, he also gets other things wrong.
Exactly. So it's I know not to treat it as a historical document, but
apparently the most historically accurate one is still A Night to Remember. And I think it's because it was based on the book that was based on first-hand accounts of the survivors. Everything since then is like a photocopy of a photocopy,
Yeah.
Yeah, misremembering things because it's been passed down a million times.
Yeah. And there's definitely parts in Titanic that because I'd seen Night to Remember before. There's definitely parts that he took from that as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, almost every film or stage adaptation has the band playing "Nearer My God to Thee."
The whole thing with the chef as well, which I know apparently is one of the reports from the book. But when Rose turns and sees the chef on the fence next to her. It's like, oh, I remember him from A Night to Remember, the adaptation.
Are you saying when the ship was sinking?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know he was the chef. I just know he was always reported as the guy who went down with the Titanic without getting his hair wet.
I believe he was a chef. He kept in the Night to Remember. He keeps going back and getting drunk.
Okay.
Which apparently they reckon might have been part of the reason why he survived because he had so much whiskey in his system.
He was gearing up.
Also, of course, there's a Ghostbusters crossover of that film.
Oh, lovely.
The guy who says, we have dressed in our best and we're prepared to go down as gentlemen. And he says, we would like a brandy.
Yep.
He's the hotel manager from the Sedgwick Hotel in Ghostbusters 1.
Oh, okay.
And you know, the Titanic also appears in Ghostbusters 2.
Exactly. So there you go. And actually, in Lego Dimensions, right, in the Ghostbusters Adventure World for Ghostbusters, the original franchise, not the 2016 one, the Titanic is in the Adventure World, and you can there's some stuff that you can build that makes Rose and Jack skeletons on the front of the ship.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, wow.
There's you make a couple of skeletons reenacting the scene. I'm flying.
I'm flying, Jack.
I just read Jacob's comment, and it says do both a float and a crash test, but I read it as do both a loaf and crash test. So now I feel like you should have something involving bread with your next video.
Yeah.
What floats better? Lego UCS Titanic or a loaf of bread?
I will not be doing a crash test. You can go check out M&R Productions when he gets his done.
You're doing a float test, though, right?
Yeah, I'll do that. I am not dropping and destroying that amount of money.
I feel like you need to secure the rights to Celine Dion, and then when you do the float test and it inevitably starts sinking, you have My Heart Will Always Go On playing it.
Yeah, that'll make it the cheapest video I ever make. All I'm hearing today is just ideas to bankrupt me.
Well, you're pretty good at doing that yourself, aren't you? In all fairness, adding zeros on the end of what you should be paying people.
Oh my goodness!
Do you want to tell your stream about that?
Yeah, I guess we can circle back. It's because, it was because of the Spider-Man trailer. I'm like, I do not have the original Green Goblin figure. I should get this before this goes up in price because that's what's going to happen. And I collect figures, and it's already shot up in price on eBay, which is what I thought. Mm-hmm. And BrickLink's a better place to do it because you have people with huge stores, and they have no idea what's in their stores. So it's like they're not constantly updating it for like, oh, this figure's now popular, you know? So I found the original Green Goblin for $20, and then I bought the original Spider-Man, 2 Mary Janes, and 2 J. Jonah Jamesons that I didn't have. And that order went through perfectly fine. And I was like, I might as well get the Green Goblin too, because the only difference is that one has golden eyes. So
you're saying golden eye?
Yeah.
So James Bond crossover happening right now.
Yep. So that one was a little bit more expensive and ended up costing about $40. And then with shipping and Canadian conversion, it turned out to be $54 Canadian. This BrickLink seller sent me an invoice, did not pay on site because he had to calculate shipping. So instead of doing the on-site payment thing, he just sent me his email address to send payment to this address.
Yep.
I typed in the amount, it converted to Canadian, and I hit send. And obviously when I typed in the amount, I accidentally hit the 0 key, so I sent 10 times the amount. So instead of sending 54 Canadian dollars, I sent 540 Canadian dollars. So I am trying to get my money back because that is way too much money for a minifigure. People would argue $40 is too much for a minifigure. And yeah. So that's where my life is right now. So I will probably not be getting anything for double VIP because there's nothing in my account. Or I should say my Lego account. The special account that I use just for Lego.
Oh, a special account just for Lego?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing this all wrong now because I don't have a special account just for Lego.
Well, I would feel I was doing something wrong, but then I realized that I'm not the one who added a zero and paid 10 times as much, so I feel like I must be doing something right.
Yeah. It's like, I keep all my finances separate. I have an account just for my car, an account for rent with my roommates, and
do you have an account just for like hookers and blackjack?
No.
No, that gets mixed in with everyday use.
Oh my word. That's funny.
Oh dear.
Sorry, Space Time.
We love you both. We
Yes.
really love you.
I will send my PayPal. And I'll put it in the comments. Anyone who wants to donate to my cause.
The Just Giving page. GoFundMe.
Yeah. Go fund me for being stupid for. I mean, that's what I get for just waking up and I'm gonna take care of this and do it while I'm half asleep.
I've been caught out once or twice with those, but not to that standard.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people I buy off here in the UK, some of them also go, yeah, I'm not using the pay on site thing, I'll just PayPal. And when it first happened, I was like, this doesn't seem right to me.
I think this is the second time I had the not pay on site option available. And it's like, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
It makes everyone feel safe.
That's it. But then you end up going over to PayPal, having to type in. And it's when they specifically say, you must send it as friends and family. And you're going,
nope.
No. I always refuse that. I was going to buy something before, and the guy was like, so just make sure you send us friends and family. And I was like, well, I'm not going to send it to friends and family. And to confirm, I said, is that all in? And on the website that I got it from, the group on there, the rules were if all in means postage and fees. And he was like, no, that includes my handling charge, whatever, and the postage and packing materials, but not PayPal fees. If you want that, it'll be more. And I was like, well, how much more?
The terms and service BrickLink.
Yeah. It is actually wrong because it literally says, even if you're sending it to someone that you trust, it can't be for an item. Like, if you're using friends and family, it has to be friends and family and a gift. It can't even be friends and family and exchange for something else.
Right.
So they're
breaking two terms of service.
Mm-hmm. So I said I do you know what? Because he was umming and ahhing about PayPal fees then, and I kept on saying why'd you do it? And then he was like, oh, I can assure you, I'm not going to rip you off.
That doesn't make me feel better. You've just said
oh well, okay, that's fine then, because no scammer would ever say that. It's like on a lot of groups that Mrs. Craggle's on, for Funko groups and stuff, she keeps tabs on. The normal rules are you have to send it as goods and services. The price has to be agreed publicly. You can then DM them to say, here's my PayPal ID or whatever, what's your address. Yeah. But it has to be agreed on the actual group. And also when they list something, you have to have a picture of the item with a piece of paper that has your name, the name of your Facebook profile, and the date.
Yeah.
This is a bit of extra security. And this one guy put pictures up with no pictures of with the name and date. And do you know what? We realized that he wasn't even at home. He had taken photographs of these Funko Pops whilst in the supermarket. So who's to say that he'd even gone through with purchasing them, let alone that they were his photos and what date they were on. And again, he wouldn't say what price he was. He was like, DM me for price. It's like, you were breaking 4 rules of the group here. What are you doing? Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Yes, and then Mrs. Crackle found the item in Asda for less than retail. Yeah, it was my Bo-Katan crease Funko Pop chase. It was. Yeah, last one. I think I sent you a picture of it, Sam, at some point.
Yes, I think you did.
In between, all the pictures of food and boobs.
Yeah. I tell you what, if anybody ever looks at our chat history, mate, we're done for. That's it, we're cancelled.
I'm joking. There's actually not that many boobs in our chat history. It's mostly just food and then random things that we've seen that amused us.
Yeah.
We then sometimes look back at and can't remember why we sent to each other.
Why have I sent this to you? What was the purpose of this?
When we were trying to when I was trying to find the picture of when you sent the render of the Stargate with the wrong amount of chevrons, I was going through it going, why did I send him this? Or, wait, why has he sent me that? What is the significance of this?
Yeah, what is this in reference to?
Yeah. There was one of I think of a street with a shop on there, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I think that in the end, it was there was a sign on the shop or something that was slightly amusing, but I don't know.
So much random stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't like it.
No?
Let me show you. Let me show you.
You going to share your screen or are you going to send it on Discord?
I'll share my screen. Why not?
Ooh, risky.
It's all right. There's no boobs on this one. That's on screen number 3.
Wait, where did I save this thing? Oh, okay, I realised. I didn't save as a PNG. No.
So, this is a handle for 11.
Okay.
Previously, you might remember it sort of looking something like...
Holy crap, that's a lot of stuff on there. Is there there's also a couple of spoilers on there as well, I noticed. I hope no one spotted something on there, Dana.
Good point, well presented, because there's all my stuff that's in the works as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I know one of our collaborations as well.
Oh well. Delete the folder quickly.
Delete the live stream. It's on there forever now. Oh yeah, okay. That's how
it was originally.
Yeah.
But due to Lego being Lego, that doesn't quite match up or line up the way I've got it, and it's not very sturdy and solid. It just falls apart when you hold it.
Gotcha.
So, and you can't put an axle down the middle of those parts that I've used because, well, they're all sealed off at the top. So they've got the holes in the middle for the half pins, the half Technic pins, which means then they don't have an axle hole through the top, so you can't do anything like that to give it any sturdy support. So I've opted for putting an axle through the middle and getting rid of everything.
Makes sense.
But I'm not sure. I've kept everything else.
Okay.
That exists already from there down. But I've added.
It looks like you're compensating for something.
Regeneration, it's a lottery. So yeah, I've used a wheel thingy with the axle going through the middle hole.
I like.
Stack them on top of each other. 3 of them. And then put a cone at the bottom, but I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. This one is the hardest one to get right because it's so much bulkier than the other ones.
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's to a different scale. Because if you look compared to like the War Doctors, well, the War Doctors one is a similar scale to the 10th and 9th Doctors.
Correct. Yeah.
And I would even say that when you get the not very used 12th Doctor's Sonic, the one he has that looks like a little TARDIS on top of it.
Yeah.
That is scaled back from this one. It's almost in between this one and the 10th Doctor.
Yeah.
This is like the largest one. This is almost as if he had gone to an adult shop and said, "Give me the largest one you can have." You got something, you know?
Maybe because he's compensating.
Yeah. It's because he's got no eyebrows.
Yeah. Attack eyebrows.
I know. You go from Matt Smith with no eyebrows to Pierre Capaldi with attack eyebrows.
Oh, dude,
Space Time's not impressed.
Nope.
Yeah, Space Time has no comments on my.
He wasn't even looking at the screen. He doesn't give a crap. He said his bit. He's still in mourn for his bank balance.
Yeah.
Let's just have a moment of silence for Space Time's bank account.
I was waiting
That's
for
a long moment.
I was waiting for someone to fart.
Nothing in the chamber.
Oh.
So we like that, do we? We think that's
I like
okay?
it. Yeah. I like another.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'll try it with that. And
Here's something for you.
yes.
When I'm doing a figure of a certain someone, I'll put it in the chat.
Yes.
So I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay.
Thank you. Crackle gave me a drink.
I haven't started on our other project, by the way.
That's okay, mate. I haven't done the one yet. Anyway, I am hoping to do that soon. I want to get that knocked out the way.
Yeah, I know you do.
Not knocked out the way. That's the wrong phrase. No, I want to see it realized. That's probably a better way. Yeah. I don't want to get it out of the way. I want to have it done. I'm just at that point. Do you know when you get sometimes you're working on a project and you just want to see the finished thing? Yeah.
This thing's driving my nutting because it's so big, but it's waiting for different parts to arrive. I'm just there to go. I just want it out of the way. I want it built. I can fix some stuff and I can get it out of the way and be done with it.
So, Craggle, this was another piece I picked up.
Ooh.
I like it. For train. Is that for your can I say what I think it's from?
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Is it from the Back to the Future train?
It's definitely going to be for that.
Nice.
Try and catch some cows.
I forgot to tell you, Craggle.
What?
Today, I used some of my VIP points to get 50 quid's worth of pick-a-brick stuff from Lego for 24p.
What?
Including free delivery. Which means I've now started collecting parts for the War Rocket Ajax.
No. How did you get so cheap?
Well, I had a £50 voucher for... so I used my points to get the £50 voucher. And then I was like, well, I'll use 50 quid's worth. I'll get 50 quid's worth of bricks. That will hopefully help me finish off this No Limits logo. And then I will just, bring it up a bit and get it to 50. Ended up putting a load of stuff in for the War Rocket Ajax. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of Lego arriving in the next few days. Or next few weeks, that is.
Nice.
So are you going to want some minifig designs to go with that?
I don't even know if it's minifig scale, mate, to be honest. I'm going to have to wait until I've started building it, because it has got a bridge. I mean, there's no detailing on the bridge yet, but it has got a bridge, so I can use one of my many other minifigs that I have detailed. Maybe I'll use Attack Eyebrows Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
To see if it...
I honestly love that version of the 12th Doctor. And I like the one that came in Lego Dimensions. Obviously, the one that came in the Lego Idea set was fine, but it was in 11's later costume rather than his own costume. So I look at the ones from Lego Dimensions as the proper 12th Doctor minifig. But that one that Minifigs.me did, I think is fantastic.
Spot on. I absolutely love it.
Well, I think I have to head out and go to work since...
You haven't answered my question again. I added more info. Do you have the same?
I would reverse my decision then if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
But I said I would do purely for digital purposes. But yeah.
Okay. Well, before you go Space Time, I'm going to give you the floor and a banner. There you go.
Hey. So yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I will be starting the Titanic. Hopefully do box 1 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, and 3 on Wednesday, which is my birthday. So that's the goal.
Wow.
Whoa.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You have a birthday?
I know. I have a beginning and an end.
Well,
melon, man.
I was going to say, we're not at the end yet.
Not yet.
Cool. Well, we'll see you.
yeah, I gotta go to work since Brinklink is sending me to the poorhouse. So, but yeah, thanks for having me.
Cool. Thanks, Space Time. Catch you later, buddy.
Bye.
And then there were two.
Has he gone now?
He's gone.
Thank
But be
God.
nice.
I need to. Oh, what? Oh, no. Why is it you can't just create a new folder on Mecha Bricks from here? You have to go create a folder first before you start assigning stuff to it. Like when you assign, like when you make new parts. I mean, you can't just go, "Oh, hey, I want a new folder." You have to. That'll do.
Yeah, there's not a lot I do on Mecha obviously at the moment because a lot of my stuff is all I just chuck it in to build it in Studio and then render it out.
Yeah.
A part of me really would like to because some of the renders that you and Spacetime came out with some of your stuff looks absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I use it because of minifigures. Obviously, I don't do that. I haven't done really much any set stuff yet.
Yeah.
One of our projects, obviously, we're going to be doing it. We have to figure out. I wish I remembered how we figured that out, though, because if I want to just make in the future, and I need to take it from there to Mecca, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Definitely, and I'm super excited to see how all of those the renders for that turn out because mate.
Oh, me too, but I'm also kind of scared.
Oh, don't be scared.
Well, there's just so much to do. Like, you've done your part now, really, unless I need some alterations, but I don't think so. It's all down to me now, and I just don't even know where to begin, really. It's like one of those things where you just... Like, I know the individual parts of it. It's just trying to get started with that first bit. Yeah. I honestly, what I could really do right now, I feel like, in some of the projects I'm on, is just have a few days off work, not just a weekend, but have 4 or 5 days where I haven't got to worry about working 2 days' time, and I can just get on with it at my own pace.
And do you know what? That's why I've taken next week off. So I'm off now, off work till the 27th or whatever it is of November.
I haven't got any holidays left.
29. So I'm just like, yeah, I am not working next week, so it means I can get up, sit down, crack on with some projects, get them out of the way, get them ready for people to build and test and all that sort of stuff. And then it might even give me a time to actually do a video on Black Arrow and upload it to the YouTube channel.
Holy shit, what's the world coming to?
I know, right? And you sit there and go, that's all I need. But then at the same time, I'm sat there going, now I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do there.
Yeah.
But, I've got so, like you've seen the folder, there's so many projects in there. It's like, I don't even know if I'm coming or going.
I hear you.
I mean, 3 of the 25 in that list are available on my Etsy store. Link in the description or somewhere on the page. Make sure you go check it out. But there's so many more I want to put out there. Like, I've got the British satellite series called Skynet that I'm working on. And I'd love to put that out there because it's like dinky little military satellites.
Don't do it. Don't put Skynet out there. Once you do, it'll be Judgment Day.
I know. I'd love to put Beagle 2 out there.
How is it looking, by the way? I mean, if you don't mind, you can answer actually off stream if you want to. I was going to ask in terms of how well some of the stuff is doing.
Well, Beagle 2 is pretty much done. I seem to have misplaced a piece that connects here and goes around here. I think they're in one of my many piles that are around the desk, but the Martian surface looks freaking spot
on. Nice.
Inspired by Joe Chambers and his constant ridicule. No, his suggestion.
I like
his suggestions that I build too big and that my Martian surface is going to cost more than my lander. He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
No.
Yeah, and then I say I've got Skynet satellites that I want to get out because they're nice and small. I'm obviously working on. Did I show this off? I'm not even sure.
What? Wait a sec. Are you actually showing it now? Are you? Sorry, I'm going back and forth.
I'm going to show it now. I know I showed it in. I might put it in Discord.
Jacob says, what are your guys' thoughts about YouTube removing the dislike button? I thought the button was still there. It just doesn't show you how many dislikes there are.
I've got it on my stream. There's a dislike button. It says 0 dislikes. So thanks, everybody.
On your one, it will tell you, the creator, how many there are. But if you're a viewer, you can dislike it, but you can't see how many other people disliked it.
Okay, interesting.
I like it. I like that way. Go back to what you've shown on screen. I like it a lot.
Oh, yes. So, yeah,
so
the Pandorica.
Oh, it's a Pandorica?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like the home of Henry Rubix, who, of course, invented the Rubik's Cube. I mean, it looks just like the Pandorica.
I mean, I would have thought that would have sort of been slight giveaway with a dude with a bow tie sat in the middle.
Well, Henry Rubix used to wear bow ties. Bow ties are cool.
Well, of course, bow ties are cool.
And he was also into S&M, so that explains the handcuffs.
Oh dear. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I've lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
That's another one I'm working on that I now go, well, really, that's at a stage I can start thinking about building that.
Right, yeah.
But at the same time, I'm absolutely shitting it because I know I'm going to build this and the doors aren't going to work. I know for a fact they're just going to fall off. But that's the whole point of testing it and building it and designing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I've got enough stud engagement to keep it going, but we'll see.
The only thing with me, I would say, is I'm just trying to remember how tall the actual Pandorica was, because it does seem quite tall, but then it's been donkey's years since I've seen it.
It was about. It was, if you looked at the image, it was about, I would say, 1.5 feet taller than when Matt and River were.
Got you.
The Doctor and River were stood alongside it because they were looking up at it at some stages. Obviously, with a minifigure, it's excessively taller.
Oh, that's fair enough.
But at the same time, he's built on. He literally, they do shove him on a throne and everything like that. So
yeah.
There's that one I'm working on. What else? Clear that because there's some spooky stuff in there. There's so many extra little bits that are around that haven't seen the light of day yet, or haven't seen the light of day for a long time.
Oh, what the frick did I do? Why is that? Oh.
Because one I'd really love to do, and I know, and I reckon you might like this as well.
Oh.
But you remember The Sound of Drums, Doctor Who?
Yes.
The Martha episode where Doctor... is it called The Sound of Drums, that episode? I'm sure it is. Where the Doctor...
The Sound of Drums is the first episode. The second part is called The Last of Time Lords.
It's the first episode, then. It's the one where they arrive back on Earth and they're on the run. So it's when they were... Martha, Jack, and the Doctor are sat in their warehouse eating fish and chips, and Jack tells him, "I'm Torchwood," and he goes, "Rah, rah, rah." Yeah, they have their disagreements. The doctor was telling them about Gallifrey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And how you saw the Citadel in the big glass bowl, and all the orange sky and the big towers and everything. I'd love to try and create Gallifrey in a glass bowl. Or rather, the glass bowl be a Lego bowl, but you know what I mean.
Dude, you don't tackle stuff that's easy, do you?
Nah, mate. No, not at all. Because that would be great. You could make it.
Going to do a Valiant to something first of all.
That's not simple either.
No. Well, the other thing I thought you were going to do is, do you know the? I don't even know what they're actually called, but the Toclafran, is it? I can't remember.
The Toclafane.
Yeah, I thought you were going to make one of those or something then.
Well, I hadn't thought about a Toclafane, but that's not a bad shout. You could press a button on the top, and out come the little spiky bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad shout, actually. I might have that idea.
I'm not giving you more ideas, because it's not like you're short of them right now. Especially because we're working on our next collaboration.
Oh, mate. I'm looking forward to that, but at the same time, I am shitting it. Because
it's going to be difficult. I have an idea of what figure I want to use for that, though, and I want to use one of the... I'll tell you afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Tell me afterwards, because obviously it's not knowledge at the moment. But yeah, that one's got me a little bit on edge, because I know you want the actions that it does as well. But...
It was when you went, "Will you want it to do this?" And then before I could reply, what am I talking about? Of course you do.
Yeah, I was sat there going,
crap.
I'm gonna ask, but I know the answer is yes. And I'm just like, it's a stupid question. Why have you asked this? But yeah, no, I'm excited for it because it's definitely going to be a challenge. But at the same time, it's like I don't know where to begin.
Yeah. That's kind of like how I am with our project, like the stuff one. It's like I've got the stuff there now. I just need to get on with it.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a busy mind or something is better. My head moment is too busy. I need to just have time where I haven't got to think about anything else. I just go, right, let's begin, you know?
Yes,
There's always something else I need to be doing, or I need to be doing this, or, I feel like I've got time to work on this little side thing, but I haven't got enough time to devote properly to this. I could probably do it for 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, but I feel like with this, once I get going, I need to have at least a day to get some significant progress done on it, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, and to be honest, I'm like that with probably a lot of the projects I've got going on at the moment. But at the same time, I'm sat there, I'm thinking it'll probably happen next week. I'll be sat there going, "Oh, I've just had an idea," and then I'll just sit down and I'll be done for the next however long.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then Lady Samby will be going, are you ever rejoining the civilized world? No.
Civilization is overrated anyway.
Indeed. Thing is, now I've got to scroll through our entire conversation to find the link or image you sent me of our new project.
I can find that for you later on. I'll try and find folders. We just have to agree which version we're placing it on this time in advance.
Absolutely agree with that.
I mean, I think it worked out for the best because you weren't a million miles off anyway, and it's something I'm going to talk about when I do the video, like how I thought about this version. You and your mind thought it was this version, so it has elements of both. But
I think it looks not to go too much into it, like I was saying, but I think because of that, yeah, it looks awesome.
You've got the best of both worlds, I feel like. because when I told you, I remember thinking like you were kind of like, oh crap, I have to take this back to the drawing board, and I was like, I don't think we're a million miles off, and we kind of had that conversation. We sat down, went over it, and then very quickly it was done.
Yes, yeah.
Now it's just waiting on me now to get my ass in gear.
Well, but again, your work is the bit that makes my work look good.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, mine is you do all the hard work and then I do all the shiny stuff afterwards.
You make it look shiny.
Yeah.
You make it so we can yell and talk about it and go, look at the cool stuff we can do.
This is such a vague conversation for somebody who hasn't got a clue what we're on about right now. We'll just say I'll say it because I'll say it's a custom set design that we've done, kind of in a similar vein to how like I've done custom CMF videos before. We've done a custom set as collaboration with Sam, and he's taking care of most of the build. And I'm done the minifigures, and I'm going to be doing like the final renders and box art and stuff. I think that's enough of a tease, isn't it?
Yeah, it's enough of a tease because we don't need to say much more than that because we can go. All will be revealed in a video for that Craggle will do that will appear on his channel
eventually.
And with that, we will cease discussion on the subject.
I mean, I can see actually that Jacob's asked a question about which Batmobile should he build next. How about you don't build a Batmobile next? Instead, you build a polka dot man mobile.
Maybe I'm crazy, but didn't the Riddler or Joker have a vehicle?
Yeah, at different points the Joker's had a vehicle. Even Catwoman's had a vehicle. The last one I was seeing Catwoman having her like Catwoman mobile was in. Do you ever read the graphic novel? I mean, it was done as a 2-part comic, but Whatever Happened to the Cape Crusader by Neil Gaiman.
Oh yes, yeah. I like Neil Gaiman's stuff. I did.
I freaking love that story, but yeah. At some point over there, I swear I said to Jacob before that when he did the 89 Batmobile, he should do the Joker henchman truck, with the Joker logo on the side.
Yeah.
Batman 89. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Although, I gotta be honest, I do have a little bit of a soft spot for the Batman Forever Batmobile. It's not as cool as the 89 one, but I think it's because that Batman film was the one I watched so much on VHS as a kid, and I do honestly believe that it's a lot better than people make out. But that was quite a cool design, and you could have like the glowing blue as well. So
okay. I definitely think Jacob, if you're going to looking at another vehicle-based thing, personally, I always like to go for things that complement my sets. So if I've made something like, say for example, my TARDIS, I wouldn't go build another version of said TARDIS. I would build something that complements it, like a Dalek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, if you did the 89 Batmobile, you could do the Joker's truck or something like that, or
So it's something to add to. The way I look at it is not just from an adult collecting point of view, but also if I were a kid or I was a parent and I was buying this for my kid and collecting these things up for them to build, I would want them to be able to play with this as well.
Yeah, so it's almost like thinking of like what would Lego do as a mini wave, like they've done with the Batman. Yeah. So
I would think, I've got my Batmobile.
Uh-huh.
I'd want something for that Batmobile to chase.
I remember, Jacob, I swear I remember you saying at one point you were thinking about doing a Batcave or something based on Tim Burton's Batcave. That could be interesting. I always thought that they could have done like a little gift with purchase mini sort of like set of, like his Bat computer setup that Keaton's Batman has.
Yeah.
I always liked that. Like people going about how realistic the Bat computer was in Nolan's trilogy. I mean, the one that he has in Batman 89 is pretty, grounded in all fairness.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be cool.
Oh, you son of a...
What have you done?
I just didn't... I mean, I've got it. I just haven't saved it. I think I wanted to.
Oh, dear.
It's fine. It just means I'll save this now and come back to it and go to the other one first. It's fine. It's no big deal. It's just stupid. What are you working on currently? It looks like you're looking down at something in your lap. Hello, Lady Sam.
She's not here. She's downstairs.
I know she's not there. She's here.
Hey. Oh dear. No, I'm trying to rectify whatever I broke on this screwdriver. Hey?
Have you checked, by the way, the stud gate thing yet to see?
I have not checked that recently.
No, I haven't. Maybe I should.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is going on in the...
I don't think he's going to know. I think that has appeased him having the final word, so...
Yeah.
It's just stupid. He had to go through all that before he decided to leave me alone.
Yes, I agree. It was... Oh, that's nice. Still want to see a Stratos. Yeah, it's taken a lot of time and energy to just get to the stage where, like you say, you're left alone in peace, and it's a bit ridiculous. He's at 7,000.
I think he's going to reach. He's going to reach 10,000. I don't think it'll get made though.
No, I don't think it will.
Oh, that's a baby. Do you happen to know what the number is for a? Oh, there you go. I got it. 3626B. 3626B. What? That is right. Nog. Oh, okay, no B on the end on this one.
Yeah, there'll be an ever so slightly different part then.
Yeah, it's just being difficult. Right. Okay. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. How long are you wanting to carry on the stream for, by the way?
Till you get bored of me.
No, I'm fine. I was just thinking if you wanted to talk about some things off stream, that's all.
Yeah. I'll keep going until you tell me I'm used like a dirty old sock. You know. Shall we call it? Shall we do it for another 12 minutes, which wraps it quite nicely at 2 hours?
Yeah, let's do that then, and then I guess we can talk about a couple of things in the after party.
Oh, we can indeed.
Sounds good to me. Okay.
Yeah. So Jacob says that he likes our ideas. He's a bit tired of the Batmobile at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying don't ever make a Batmobile again, because obviously it's something you enjoy doing. But I think it's good to take a break and try something different, because then you'll come back to doing a Batmobile more refreshed and like you'll have new ideas. I think it's always good to try and do something. It's like a palate cleanser, isn't it? You know, cleanser.
Correct. I completely and utterly agree there that taking time off from your primary area of interest is a good thing, because otherwise you're going to get too bogged down. I mean, that's why I've quite liked doing. I did the TARDIS first, and then I've done Black Arrow. So I've done something that's science fiction, then gone to science fact to ground me a little bit more and go, this is really what space is about. Back to science fiction with the Stargate, and then also when I'm working on Beagle 2, which is science fact. So I'm swapping between the two, but it's keeping me grounded and not letting me get carried away into, you know, designing a whole Cheyenne Mountain complex or something stupid like that.
Well, even when I suggested to you on the Stargate, I think at that point you were just, it was like the first thing in ages you had designed that wasn't phallic shaped, wasn't it? You know?
There is that, yeah. There is that.
You were like, you said like, oh, this is it's an interesting task to try and get the round, the curve to it.
Yeah,
with something that you hadn't had to do recently, so it kind of got you thinking in a different direction and stuff.
Exactly, and that was a really good, a proper tricky challenge, and a really good way of thinking. Hang on a sec, I need to put bricks on here for the chevrons. I need to put plates on here for these things. How can I do all of that but make it round? And or at least give the impression it's round.
Yeah.
And you're there going, actually, it's quite tricky. And then you've got to go, that's fine. I can lay it flat. That's not a problem. And like I didn't take me long to get a round shape, to be honest. But it was then going, right, now how do I stand that up?
Yeah. That's
the next tricky thing, is now I've got to make that stand up. And you're going, yes. What can I change now without damaging my roundness to get me to get it to prop up right and actually stay up? And that's where you have to use gravity and a bit of rampage and various other bits to keep it all in place.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes focusing on something entirely different just gives you new building techniques, new ways of doing things that you sit there and go, I wouldn't have thought of that or done that if I hadn't done this project.
Yeah.
It's like now, having done this No Limits logo, because the logo is a circle, I've had to think, well, how circle out of bricks. Bit tricky considering the brick's not round. So you do have to kind of think about how you're going to get that shape. But then to make it 3D, stand on end, and have a second circle, but then to also make the circle effectively hollow, so you can put whatever you want on the inside, and then circles, man, don't do it. I've learned a lot, and I can guarantee you I will use what I've learned with the circular techniques here to do stuff like Gallifrey.
Yeah.
But I'm not Russian.
No, I'm not Russian either. I'm Welsh.
Oh, dear.
You asked for that.
I did, and do you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it like a champ. Oh dear. Yeah. So Jacob, definitely try something different. Can be a vehicle, obviously. Just it will give you a bit of a breather, a palate cleanser, like Craggle said, and it potentially give you a different way of doing different building techniques to achieve a goal, and you'll be sat there going, as I often do. And don't be afraid to ask for help at all. Craggle's got the mock channel. It's not just for showing stuff off. Obviously, I don't go in there and ask myself for help. And until you came along, I was the only one posting in there. So I just used to show stuff off. But ask for help in there. If you're struggling on something, ask away.
They probably should update that so that it actually has, more than just, here's a place to show off stuff. It should be also like here's a place to
ask for help.
Yeah.
We'll do that afterwards.
Yeah, I mean you're a mod, so you can change it yourself if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll sort that afterwards. But ask for help. I'm constantly forever going back to people like Joe Chambers, Scott Bowman, who's been on the show once or twice, Sam Bradford, and saying, lads, you just double check this. I've even asked you, Craggle, haven't I?
Yeah.
And space time as well.
If you want someone to just tear it apart, I'm your man.
Craggle, top bloke for that. Give me some really good feedback.
Yeah, it looks great, but it has 9 chevrons.
Yeah, looks fantastic, but you're missing out a really crucial part. You can't count. But yeah, no, the mock building community is crazy. We're all nutters. We all design big phallic shaped objects and round things and things with wheels and things that are round and big blue boxes. So yeah, ask away.
Sorry, I got distracted then. Something didn't want to work on Mecha and it upset me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I got it working now though. I'm actually quite proud of this so far. Cool. Jacob says, I will definitely ask for help if needed.
Good man, because we don't like to see people struggle, but that's what the community is all about.
Absolutely. Well, that and also sharing pictures of food, which is something that Sam wanted, and he's been like the least prominent poster in that channel, I think.
Okay, I'll take that under advisement. However, bear in mind I do live with Lady Sam now. So what's on her plate is also on my plate.
Yeah.
So if she posts, that's on my plate too.
Posts, you don't have to.
There is a bit of that going on.
I did see something actually. What was it? It was Lady Sam posted last night: steak, onion, and mushroom, garlic and cheese ciabatta. Now, I don't like a lot of that onion, mushroom, and garlic. I like.
That wasn't me. That wasn't Lady Sam.
Yeah, that was you.
No, that wasn't either of us.
Who was that?
It was.
Oh no, it was Graham. Tell a lie.
Yeah.
Completely misremembered that. Sorry, my mate Graham. But I will say, when I saw that, it reminded me of when I was in Bradford Uni. This is going back like 10 years now, scarily. Or even going back when I first went there, 12 years. In the Weatherspoons, they used to do a steak ciabatta and chips meal for $4.99. Do you remember that at all?
Oh, yeah. I know where you're going at, yeah.
It was so good, and they stopped doing it. It was basically steak and cheese and a ciabatta like that, and it was so nice. And I've never found it anywhere that does it. And whenever I buy a steak, I think, I'm going to try out. But then I don't have the heart to put it in a ciabatta. I want to just have it in a cooked dinner, you know?
We got steak in the freezer. It's not in the freezer, sorry, in the fridge. It's in the fridge.
Oh, nice. We had like a mini Sunday roast day. We had breast of lamb with like all the trimmings, 2 Yorkshire puddings, gravy. I should have took a photograph, but I was just getting in my belly.
And posted it on your channel?
Yeah, probably should have done.
It's all right, mate.
Don't do what I do. Do what I tell you to do.
Mrs. Craggle's got you covered with her after 8 muffin from Costa.
What did you say about my missus?
I said Mrs. Craggle's got you covered with her after 8 muffin from Costa.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing an innuendo.
Oh dear. No.
Lady Samby says that's what we are having tomorrow night.
Cool.
Oh, is that why you said like Saturday's not good for you? Because Saturday is steak night.
No, Saturday's not good for us for a number of reasons because we're going out tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, weekend off. You go out and do things, explore.
Why?
Apparently, that's a thing people do these days.
The problem is, though, when you leave your house, you run the very clear risk of meeting other people. It's
a scary thought, but it's one I risked today for Afterlife. And I'm glad I did. Although both me and Lady Sam were saying on the way out how we were both trying to find the remote control to turn the volume down.
we saw it in IMAX, and I don't know if it's true IMAX, the one down Cardiff Bay, because I mean the only IMAX I can compare it to is the one in Bradford. They have a cinema inside the National Media Museum in Bradford, and it's a massive screen, but like a small seating area. Like the incline of the seats is almost completely vertical. You're like on top of the screen. But I know that is like the second largest IMAX, I think, in Europe. So maybe I've only got that to compare it to. It's going to look small compared to that. But it was a great experience, and the sound you can feel coming through the seats. But to me, it wasn't IMAX. It was just a really big normal screen, if that makes sense.
Yes,
well, screens used to be bigger anyway before the multiplex. Like if you used to go to the old like theatre type cinemas that used to have one or maybe two screens, they were massive then, weren't they?
Yeah, they were absolutely huge. They used to go on for miles, and then you get to your Odeon or whatever, you're going to see it, and then you sit there and go, screens seem smaller these days. I mean, you're giving me my plush chairs with my recliner and, my multiple cup holders and stuff like that, but your screen is smaller.
Yeah, because the one now is an Odeon down the bay, but it used to be a UCI, because the Odeon in Cardiff, they used to have two, and that is where my great uncle used to be the head projectionist in one of them. And then the manager. And the Odeon on Queen Street was a proper old school like theatre cinema. Like it was a theatre before it became a cinema screen. So the fact that actually had the screen was on a stage. It had the whole thing. We had the curtains as well, and it had two screens. But the upper screen originally was the balcony for the first screen, and then they put a floor down, like I think in the 50s, 60s, and made it into two screens. But those were massive, and I always think, like I said this before, when I watch Last Action Hero, it gives me nostalgia because I think of that. And when you look at those screens, how big they are compared to the multiplex, the new Odeons now, you kind of feel like, And even the IMAX that we saw Afterlife in, we saw the Suicide Squad earlier this year. It was good, and it's definitely one of the biggest multiplex screens I've seen. But it didn't feel like it was, this brand new amazing format that's bigger than life itself.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we've actually gone over the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, and apparently it's roast lamb I'm having tomorrow night.
Well,
Yeah, either way, it's all good.
Either way, someone's getting some meat.
Yeah. And on that note, do you know what? I'm going to give you the floor to talk about yourself for a few moments.
No, I don't know what I'm doing because I was planning on next week of continuing the Home Alone live streams. And whilst I always say, I don't believe in cross streaming, I feel a bit harsh going up against my pal Space Time, and he's scheduled streams pretty much every night next week. So, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I might stream tomorrow night on Saturday because I need to get the Home Alone set built. And I'm hoping to have videos because I've broken my rule of having 2 videos a week this week. But I've got a few projects in the pipeline, a lot of custom stuff that I'm working on. That takes a bit longer. So hopefully when I do have some new content, it will have been worth the wait. And I'm glad you got my link there below to my Lego channel. But as you can see, my profile picture, because I wanted to represent Ghostbusters, is from my other channel, Craggle's Den, where I share my other geeky collecting journey on there. So go check that out as well, please. Thank you, please.
And thank you very much, Craggle, for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and Space Time as well. Thank you for coming along. Obviously, he left earlier to go to work.
He's got to pay for the second Titanic.
Yeah. Got to fix that mistake.
Oh, God.
So, thanks to everybody in the chat who joined. So, Jacob, Lady Sam, Mrs. Craggle, thank you for coming along. Thanks for the support. And, we'll see you all next time. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.